Good morning, Mrs. Gurney.
Good morning, Mr. Sloan. I'm sorry to bother you, but I need to see Miss Cortland. Is she at home by any chance?
Oh, well, would you come in and wait just a moment?
Oh, yes, thank you very much.
Excuse me, but Mrs. Gurney is here to see you.
Oh, send her in.
Yes, ma'am. Will you come right in, please?
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Sloan.
Mrs. Gurney, good
Hello,
to see you.
Miss Cortland.
What can I do for you this morning?
Well, I don't think it's anything to worry about, but I thought I should come by and tell you what's happened. Dr. Warner got up very early this morning, and he announced to me that he was leaving town.
Where is he going?
Well, that's what's very strange. He wouldn't tell me. I got the impression that he didn't really know where he was going. He was in such a state. But he said, take care of Bobby, and then he just took off.
And he didn't leave any address or any phone number or anything?
Absolutely nothing.
Palmer, hi, it's Donna. I'm calling for Natalie. She may not be able to come into work at all today. She's got to take Timmy to the hospital.
Well, what's wrong with him?
Oh, well, I'm not sure, really. I think it's some kind of a stomach problem, and he's running a fever. So she wanted the doctor to take a look at him.
Well, do you have any idea when she'll be back?
No, I really don't.
Well, will you call me when you learn anything else?
Sure thing, I sure will. Bye-bye. Okay. Now you want to tell me what's going on?
Hello?
Hillary, hi, Tad here. How you doing?
Fine. How are you doing?
Oh, looking better all the time. Listen, I'm sorry to bother you, but I've got a lot of new, very good ideas for the campaign. I was wondering if you could stop over later and maybe go over them with me.
Sure you do. Come on, Tad. Don't play games with me. This is just another excuse to get me there.
I'm much too clever for that. I never used the same trick twice. I'm serious. I was inspired. I was up half the night working on it.
Okay, well, what kind of ideas do you have?
Okay, well, basically it involves an entire series of spots utilizing the estates of Pine Valley. You know, a lot of aerial shots panning down to architecture, lawns and gardens, stuff like that. And, of course, we do a very special spot on the Wallingford woodshed.
You are unbelievable.
It's true. It's true.
I still can't believe that you locked Roy in the woodshed and he had to karate chop his way out.
What can I say except the devil made me do it?
Yeah, you are the devil. Oh, and if Aunt Phoebe found out, she would kill you.
Aunt Phoebe does know. Hillary, give me that phone. You're not going to get away with this.
Good morning, Aunt Phoebe. I didn't know you were eavesdropping.
Don't you good morning, Aunt Phoebe, me, you supercilious pup. I fully intend to press charges. I shall sue you for the damages.
What have I done?
What have you done? You destroyed my woodshed. You're a trespasser, you are a vandal, you are a terrible person.
Aunt Phoebe, I did not scratch your woodshed. But, you could send a bill to Roy Kramer.
I heard what you said to Hillary. Now, you are the one who's responsible for it. You deliberately shut him up in that woodshed.
I thought he said the wind blew the door closed.
Well, you can tell that to the judge.
No, Aunt Phoebe, just relax. Okay, look, I'm very, very sorry about the damage, but quite frankly, Roy shouldn't have panicked like that. But if you want to, feel free. Send me the bill. I'll gladly pay for the damages. It was worth 5 minutes with Hillary.
Oh, you leave Hillary out of this.
I can't leave her out of it. That's the point. It was Thanksgiving. She should have been with me, not with Roy Kramer.
Oh, he's a better man than you'll be, ever.
You are just jealous and envious of his better qualities, that's all. I will certainly send you the bill, but I'm warning you, if you ever set foot on my property again, I certainly shall have you arrested. Honestly. Hillary, I I'm so disappointed in you. You knew about this all the time, and yet you protected that despicable cad. Why, you should have reported it at once.
Well, I just didn't think it was my place.
Your place? Young lady, it was your duty as my niece and as a law-abiding citizen. How can you possibly, in good conscience, work in City Hall and fail to report a criminal act?
Well, all he did was lock Roy in the woodshed. I mean, it wasn't that bad.
Oh, honestly, you still don't see that good-for-nothing for what he truly is.
It's saved by the bell.
Hi.
Hi.
I know it's
Hi.
early, but I couldn't wait. I've got some terrific news for you.
Sorry about that, boss. I didn't know you were here. The secretary didn't announce you.
The secretary doesn't need to announce me in my own building.
Well, what if I'd been with a client?
Whatever you're doing, you work for me, Martin. I looked over this proposal for your development of the North Shore property. It's absurd. You haven't thought it through.
Well, if, you're upset, we can just, bad mood, we could just, table it.
My mood does not affect my business judgment.
Well, I'm sure you're just angry with me for not being able to join you in Thanksgiving dinner.
You were able, absolutely able, to join me, and you made a mistake by standing me up.
Previous engagement.
The hell with your previous engagement. I hire you, I pay your salary, I gave you this office. When I ask you to come to dinner, I expect you to show up.
Yes, sir, you are my employer, and I do the best job I can for you, but I do think I am entitled to a personal life.
Well, if you had any brains, you'd combine the two, you understand?
I can't. I'm married to Hillary, not you.
And that marriage has been a stumbling block from the very beginning.
You're absolutely right, sir. Look, I don't want there to be any hard feelings, so I hope you had a good time yesterday.
I had a wonderful time yesterday. Stewart and Skye saw the error of their ways and decided to move into my house.
I'm happy if you're happy.
Happiness has nothing to do with it. They tried to defy me, and they couldn't get away with it. If you had any brains, you'd let that be a lesson to you.
Look, I can't face Palmer yet, not until I decide how I want to handle my resignation.
I sure don't envy you.
You know, Ross says I should just write him a letter. Let someone else deliver it. I think I owe him more than that. I don't know. No matter what I do, it'll be a lie. No matter what I say, it's a lie. And he's going to see right through it.
Oh, think about it, Nat. Do you really, really want to quit? Oh, come on. You're letting Ross rule your life. You can't do that. If you let him run you out of here like this, you're going to regret it till the day you die.
I need the $50,000 for Timothy. And even if I stayed on, Ross will do nothing but make my life miserable.
Well, stand up to him. You'll respect yourself.
I already accepted $10,000.
Give it back. There is nothing written anywhere that says you got to adhere to a contract that's not fair to begin with.
Look, it's very complicated, all right? There are pressures that you don't understand.
Nat, I've got time. Tell me about it.
Excuse me. Hello?
Good morning. I'm calling Mrs. Alexander Hunter.
This is she.
Good morning, Mrs. Hunter. My name is Jean Grimaldi. We have never met, but I have heard many favorable things about you.
I'm sorry, what did you say your name was?
Jean Grimaldi. I'm an art dealer. My headquarters are in Florence, but I have an extensive business in America.
Oh, yes, I know the name.
I will come to the point, Mrs. Hunter. My associate, who has handled my interests in the United States, has recently retired. I must have a replacement.
What can I do for you?
Your name was suggested to me by a prominent art dealer who was a friend of your late husband.
Are you saying he recommended me for the job?
Exactly, Mrs. Hunter. He remembered you as being extremely interested in the field.
Well, yes, I am interested, but I certainly haven't had much experience.
I can give you the guidance you'll need. What's most important is that you are interested, intelligent, and have a certain style. From everything I've heard, you would be ideal.
Well, that's very flattering, but I find it difficult to believe you call like this.
I'm very serious, and I shall be in Center City only a short time. Could you come up to meet me today? We can work out the arrangements.
Am I to understand correctly, you are offering me this job?
I have done my research, Mrs. Hunter. I do believe I have found the ideal person, but perhaps you're not interested.
I am interested.
Can you come to see me today?
Just a moment, please. Can you take Timothy for just a little while, a few hours?
I could.
Yes?
Yes.
I'd have to rearrange some plans, but I do believe I could make it.
I am delighted. Let me give you the address.
Marianne! Get in here!
What's wrong?
We're out of milk.
What did you do, drink it? Oh, darling, my, aren't we dressed for success here?
Why not? Things are looking up.
You know, darling, you are a real inspiration to me. You are living proof that one can go through their entire life without ever working.
Wrong, Marion. I'm living proof that one can make it look easy. I've worked very hard. I've taken a lot of risks, and things are starting to pay off, as you can tell by my tree.
Ooh, such exuberance. Have I missed something? Have we sold accounts to all the Fortune 500?
Better than that, Marion. My personal life is starting to look up.
Oh, are you referring to someone named Hillary?
Of course, Marion. Hillary is my personal life. She started coming around. She's even being friendly.
Oh, well, maybe it's just the Christmas spirit.
Don't you rain on my parade. Maybe she's realized that she loves me. You know, from the way she's acting, I think we could get back together again.
Oh, I've lost out again, have I?
Pick up my dry cleaning.
Pick up your own dry cleaning. What do you think I am, a secretary? Come on in. Tell me to get there.
Thanks. Oh, good morning. How are you, Mrs. White?
Good morning, Roy. What a very pleasant surprise.
Thank you.
Can I take your coat?
Yeah. Thanks. Listen, I'm sorry it's really early, but it's kind of business, you know?
Oh, you don't ever have to apologize for coming to this house.
Thanks.
You are always welcome here.
Thank you. I wanted to say thank you again for inviting me to your home for Thanksgiving. I had the best time, and I'm sorry about chopping down your woodshed.
Oh, forget it. Forget it entirely. It absolutely is not your fault at all.
Thanks.
Well, I know you want to talk to Hillary, so I'll just leave you two alone to your own devices.
Okay. Thank you.
So tell me this great news, okay?
Come on, sit down. Good. This is incredible. Incredible.
What?
All right. Last night, I got home. There was this phone call from Dr. Springer. He was my advisor at grad school. He called me from Washington because he's working for the government.
No, wait, don't tell me. He offered you a job?
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
He gave me this job working for the Department of Human Resources. This is exactly what I've been wanting to do.
Oh, congratulations. That is terrific.
The best part is it could be good for both of us.
Both of us. I don't get it.
Dr. Springer says I was free to hire my own assistant. I guess who that would be.
I'm sure everything will work out perfectly, Cecily. Yes, well, thank you. I tell you what, there's just one other thing. On your way to Cortlandt Manor, please come by here. Donna will give you all my notes, everything that you'll need. All right, I'll be in touch. Thank you. Oh, that is a relief. She is willing to take over Palmer's therapy.
Don't you think Palmer's going to have a little something to say about that?
Well, he'll complain, I'm sure, but he'll accept her for his own good.
I'm sorry, Nat, but I'm going to say what I got to say. I'm worried about that phone call from Center City. Now, don't you think it was just a little weird that some guy you never met calls you out of the blue and offers you a job?
Well, it's unusual, yes, but Grimaldi is obviously quite serious. He wants me over there today.
Nat, you're already planning your whole life around this one job.
Look, I am sure it is legitimate.
How can you be sure? How can you be absolutely certain it's a firm job offer based on one reference?
Ah, it is not one reference, Donna. The job offer was made to Mrs. Alexander Hunter. Not the penniless nurse you see sitting before you. Now, the person who made that reference, as well as many others, used to know me as a woman of wealth, position, taste. And that is the way they still know me.
All right, I understand all that.
Besides, I'd be wonderful at this job.
I know, I have no doubt about it, but... Oh, Natalie, I wish you'd just take some time and find out more about the job before you quit the job you already have and pack up and move.
No, I was going to quit that job anyway. Remember? Now think of it, Donna. This could be the best opportunity of my life, a whole new life opening up for me.
Good luck, kid. Oh, I just want you to be careful. And I don't want you to worry about Timmy, because I'll take good care of him today.
Thank you. You know, Donna, you are the best friend I've ever had. Now, listen, when Cecily comes by, would you give her this, as well as all the notes and everything else that she'll need? Boy, am I glad I'm going to be in another town when Palmer reads that.
Australia, you could take up farming, but it's inside of you. And you're never going to have any peace unless you stay in this town and you deal with it, I know. And if you think that you can just uproot our son and go somewhere without dealing with the stuff you have to deal with, then you're not the... You're not the man that I always thought that I'd known. Then you're a coward.
So I'm a coward if I don't listen to you, is that it?
What has happened to you? I can't stay here.
Are you in a trance, Nina? You didn't even hear the phone. Yes, hello? Oh, yes, she is here. Just a moment.
Is it Cliff? Oh. Hello. Oh, hello, Dr. Martin. Thank you so much for returning my call. Yes, I need to get a little bit of information from you if you have it. Cliff has gone out of town, and I was wondering if you knew where he went. What? I see. Okay, thank you so much for calling back. Well, Dr. Martin didn't even know if he'd gone. Now I really am worried.
Well, why are you worried? Can't the man go out of town for one day?
Baba, he's disappeared, and I might be responsible.
Oh, nonsense.
Well, he was very upset, and I tried to pressure him. He might just be trying to run away from me, but I have to try and help.
Well, I have good news and bad news. The bad news is that Panache is closed and I've lost my job. The good news is that Stuart and I have moved in with my father.
Yeah, he stopped by. He told me all about it. I hope it works out.
Oh, well, at least the move was simple. Father just sent over a van to pick up all our stuff. I didn't even have to unpack my own clothes.
Yeah, well, money does simplify things.
Father's not buying us. I honestly think Stuart will be happier with his brother.
Well, it comes down to the same thing, doesn't it? Adam getting his way.
Well, you're a lot like that yourself.
Is that what you think of me? Some kind of father figure?
Yes. Maybe you're onto something. You don't mind hurting people. You're into money and power. And you play fast and loose with the truth.
I've always been very honest with you.
Oh, yeah, sure. Like the time you said you were spending Thanksgiving with your family.
You gonna harp on that again? I thought you and I had an understanding about my wife.
Just because you're able to shut me up by being romantic doesn't mean I'm not bothered by it.
I don't know what you're using as a basis of complaint. You and I do not have a commitment.
All right, so you're free to go running after Hillary anytime you want to.
And so are you.
And I'm supposed to stay home alone and wait for you to call?
No, you're not. Please, by all means, go out, meet people.
I don't want to meet anyone else.
Yeah, well, that's not my fault. Come in.
Hi.
Hi, hi,
Oh,
hi.
hi, Sky. Hello. I'm sorry, I didn't know I was interrupting. I can just wait till you're finished.
No. Your client, you've got an appointment, and you're right on time.
Well, I certainly won't keep you.
Have a nice day.
Same to you both.
Oh, are you positive that Dr. Warner didn't call your travel agency about anything? Well, could he have talked to another agent? Okay, I see. Thank you very much. Well, he didn't use his travel agent to book any travel arrangements.
You're just not rational when it comes to Cliff Warner. The man's going to show up, and then you're going to wonder what all this fuss is about.
Father, I have this uneasy feeling.
Well, I think you ought to lie down and get over it. Me, I'm going to go into the therapy room and make good use of my time.
Sloan! Oh, Mrs. Gurney, come on in.
Oh, yes.
Well, do you have some news?
Well, it's not definite, but I just thought since I had to drop Bobby off that I would come and see you and bring this in the event it could mean something.
What is it?
Well, it's a piece of paper that I found when I was cleaning up Dr. Warner's room. It has a telephone number on it, and I think that the area code is for Maine.
What would Cliff be doing with a Maine number?
I haven't any idea, but I just thought it might be valuable, so I thought I'd bring it over. And if you'll excuse me, I think I'd better go get Bobby now.
Okay. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I'll call you if anything happens.
All right, good luck.
Who was... That was Mrs. Gurney, and she brought by this phone number that she found out Cliff had in his bedroom. I wonder...
One way to find out.
Dr. Warner? Caleb Thompson.
Hi, Caleb. Nice to meet you.
Caleb's the best guide in these parts. Oh, he's only a youngster, but he knows these mountains and forests better than any man alive.
Oh, born and raised in this area, huh?
Yep. If I was a stranger in these parts and going out by myself, I'd pick Caleb to go with me. I couldn't give you a better recommendation than that.
Well, that's good enough for me.
Come to fish, did you?
Well, no, I just kind of getting away from it all.
You come to the right place. There's not a house for 100 miles. The only person you'd be likely to see is another camper.
Oh, good. I don't want to see anyone. I came here for peace and quiet, some time to think. The less conversation, the better.
Caleb's your man, all right. One party reported he didn't open his mouth the whole trip. How's that cough, Caleb?
Fine.
Look, I'd like to get started as soon as possible.
I got a map here if you want to see it.
Sure. What are our choices?
Well, west here's a lake and north is a mountain.
Hello.
Yes, hello. With whom am I speaking?
Who are you calling?
Well, I don't know if I have the right number or not. I'm looking for someone in Maine.
Well, you got Maine.
I'm trying to locate a hotel or a lodge.
This is a snowshoe lodge. What's your business?
A snowshoe lodge. Yes, that must be the place. I'm looking for my husband. Is he there?
Oh? What's his name?
His name is Dr. Clifford Warner. Is he there?
Hold the line. It's your little woman on the phone. Are you here or not? I don't know.
What did she say?
Just that you're her husband and she wants to talk to you.
Look, ask her if it's an emergency. If it isn't, I don't want to talk to her.
Ma'am, is this a matter of life and death?
No, it's not, but I do need to talk to him.
Sorry, can't be done.
Well, is he there?
He's gone camping. Won't be back for, about 36 hours.
Are you sure that he's already left?
Yep.
get a message to him right away?
Nope.
All right, fine. Then just tell Dr. Warner to call me as soon as...
Who on earth was that?
Well, it seems like he was the manager or something. But, Marta, I could tell from the way he was speaking and his manner that Cliff was right there, and he was saying he didn't want to talk to me.
Where did he say he was?
He said that he was out camping and he wouldn't be back for 36 hours. I know where Cliff is. And I know that he's at that snowshoe lodge. Come on.
You've got to be kidding. How can you even consider an offer like that?
It would be a very worthwhile job for me.
You can get a worthwhile job here.
Not on that kind of level. Besides, moving to Washington wouldn't be a problem. Since I used to live there for so long, I still have friends there.
You have a husband here.
We're separated.
And getting back together.
Don't be so sure. Ted, it's not that simple.
No, of course it's not that simple. I mean, it's obvious to me you're running around trying to complicate this situation.
Hey, now you're the one who created the problems, not me.
Maybe. Well, I've accepted the blame for everything I've done. I mean, I know it's something that we can't... It's something that we can work out if we just try.
I've tried and tried for so long.
Hillary, our marriage is the most precious thing in the world to me, and it is to you, too. I know it is. How can you just walk away from it?
I'm not.
Moving to Washington is running away from it.
I wouldn't be running away from our marriage. I'd be walking towards a big career. If there's anything left to our marriage, maybe distance would put a test to it. I just think maybe we'd both realize that Washington could be the answer.
It's the stupidest thing I have ever heard. Washington would be the death of you and me.
Well, that shows how much faith you have in our marriage right there.
It has nothing to do with faith. It's common sense. You moved to Washington with Roy, our marriage is dead meat.
Well, Roy has nothing to do with it. Now, I'm not interested in Roy the way you think.
It's okay. He's interested enough for both of you. Look, Hillary, if you move to Washington with Roy, I swear he's not going to stop until he gets you into bed.
I resent that. We may be separated, but I take my marriage vows very seriously. I wouldn't have an affair with another man until I was divorced.
He could twist your arm into getting a divorce.
I'm not going to discuss this anymore. I haven't decided whether or not to take the job. I just thought I'd tell you about it.
Don't do it. Don't.
I'll think about what you said.
Well, when do you think you'll decide?
Around Christmas. The job doesn't start till the 1st of the year.
If you do it, you'll regret it for the rest of your life.
I've had a lot of things to regret in my life. I've got to get back to the office. I'm going to tell them about your ideas on the ad campaign.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Sloan?
Success. I was finally able to find that perfume you asked me to buy for Mrs. Hunter.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, here it is, La Belle Epoque. You know, it's not easily available in this country.
No, she mentioned that.
Oh.
It's one of her favorites. That's why I wanted her to have it.
That was very thoughtful, sir.
Yeah, she's been a bit depressed around here lately, so I thought this might give her spirits a little lift.
Oh, excuse me. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh.
My name is Cecily Woodruff. I'm a registered nurse, and I'm here to see Mr. Cortland.
In regard to what, may I ask?
Well, Natalie Hunter asked me to stop by.
Send her in, Sloan.
Oh, will you come in, please, miss?
Mrs. Hunter sent you over?
Oh, first, let me introduce myself. My name is Cecily Woodruff. I'm a registered nurse.
Yes, I heard all that. Thank you, Sloan.
Oh, very good, sir.
Well,
why are you here?
Well, Mrs. Hunter called me this morning, and she would like for me to take over your therapy. And I believe this will explain everything.
is it, please?
Natalie Hunter.
Oh, good morning, Mrs. Hunter. This is Jean Grimaldi speaking. I'm sorry I can't come to the door at the moment.
Well, I'm sorry, too.
I'm tied up in my office on a call to Venice, but I'm anxious to see you. Would you please enter at the sound of the buzzer and make yourself at home? I'll be with you in a moment.
Very well.
I'm coming. Hey, baby. Oh, come on in.
Oh, well, I didn't know where you were, so I called Ethel, and she said that you were over here.
She was right. I'm taking care of Timothy.
That's great. You can make a career out of that.
Oh, come on. He loves his Aunt Donna. And Aunt Donna loves him. I would have brought him upstairs, but he's asleep, and I don't want to wake him.
Well, I was just concerned about you, and now I know where you are. I'm going to shove off.
Whoa, whoa. Where do you think you're going?
Where am I going? Nowhere.
Wait a minute. What's wrong?
I just got the word today. It's official. Tom's going to close Panache.
Oh, what a rotten deal.
Yeah, tell me about it. So he's going to go back to the goalpost, and yours truly is out of a job again.
Good. That's great.
It's great?
That is great. And I will tell you why. Tell you what I want you to do.
What?
I want you to take a few days, get some rest and relaxation.
Yeah.
Then, go get a job whenever you're ready.
Oh, just like that?
Just like that.
Yeah, well, I tried to get a job today. I swallowed my pride. I went to Edna's Zip. Then I went over to Rick Kincaid, asked him about the landscaping business. Forget about it. There's nothing.
Forget about it. You don't want to get back into that.
No, I don't want to get back into that, but I gotta have a job, honey.
You'll get one, honey. And you know when? When you least expect it. It'll come right out of the blue.
You've been watching too many movies, you know that?
No, I'm serious. Let me tell you what happened to Natalie this morning. Nothing, then boom, the phone rings. This guy she never met before calls and offers her a job.
No kidding.
No kidding. I was pretty suspicious about it at first, but she convinced me it was real. So my point is, if it can happen to her, it can happen to you.
See, I catch on quick.
Mrs. Hunter, excuse me.
Yes?
I hope I didn't startle you. I'm calling over the intercom, which is located by the door next to the secretary.
Yes?
I'm so terribly sorry, but I'm going to be held up a few more minutes. Overseas calls to Italy are impossible. Please help yourself to some champagne and food. It was especially served for you.
I'm really not very hungry. Thank you, though.
But it's noon already. You must have something. Promise me you'll at least have a glass of champagne.
You're very kind.
I'll be with you as soon as possible.
Well, Stuart, it's certainly good to have you back under this roof again. I do have one piece of disappointing news. Josh won't be with us anymore.
Oh, no, you didn't fire him again, did you?
Oh, no, of course not. His parents are up in years. His father's been ill. He felt he should be with them.
Well, how's he going to make a living?
I take care of my faithful employees. I bought him a co-ownership in a local gym.
Boy, it won't... It's sure going to be different around here without Josh.
But if you think you can't live without him, I'll hire somebody to take care of his parents and bring him back here to be with you.
Oh, no. No, I think he made the right decision. He belongs with his family. And I'd be better off without him, I guess. I mean, I want to try to start learning to do things for myself, and if Josh is around, I'd probably depend on him too much. And I'm trying to grow up, you know?
Just don't grow away from me, all right?
I couldn't do that, Adam, not ever. I think I'll go write Josh a letter and wish him luck.
How'd you get all moved in?
I just have to unpack.
The servants did that. Why don't you hang around? We'll talk about the decorating. Anything you'd like changed?
No, everything you've done is beautiful.
What on earth is the matter with you?
Ted, Ma, why did you have to fall for me in the first place?
He may refuse to see me, but I have to try. In fact, I might even be the reason why he ran away.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
I mean, his whole life is destroyed. His self-confidence is totally downhill. And what do? I start pressuring him about Bobby's needs. He couldn't cope.
All right, now what do you eat? What do you think you're going to say that's going to help?
I'm going to try and help him put things in perspective. And I'm going to tell him that he's not alone and that as a friend, I'm going to just try and help him cope.
Why don't you just tell him the simple truth? Why don't you say, I love you?
Because it's not as simple as that.
Do you love him?
More than ever.
Fine. Then why don't you say to him, I love you more than ever. That's what will help.
Myra, I have to go to the airport, and I'm going to tell Bobby goodbye. I'm going to stop by Cliff's house and tell him that. But would you also tell Mrs. Gurney, will you help take care of Bobby?
I will take care of Bobby. Mrs. Gurney will take care of Bobby. You take care of Cliff.
And then when Hillary showed up, he practically threw me out of his office.
You sure as hell picked the wrong guy to fall in love with.
I didn't pick him. It just happened.
Well, I'm not finding fault, of course. I certainly know what it feels like to love someone who doesn't love you back. I'd like to be of help if I can.
The only thing I want is Tad's love. Nobody can force that.
I could create a job for you at Chandler Enterprises. That way you'd be close to him at all times.
He'd see through that.
Do you really want him?
That's all I want.
Well, then I won't give up. When you walked in here and said you would come back in here and live with Stuart and me, I swore I'd help you get Ted Martin. And that's a promise I intend to keep.
Mayor Clark's office.
Hillary, it's Tad. Look, I'm sorry to disturb you at work, but something just came up, and I'd like to talk to you for a minute if I can.
What about?
I just got a very generous offer over the phone for our house.
What? You didn't tell me you were thinking about selling our house.
I wasn't. They just saw it and fell in love with it. It's quite a fabulous offer.
I can't believe you're considering selling our house.
Well, if you're moving to Washington, why should I hold on to it?
Well, look, I don't know yet if I'm going to Washington.
Yeah, but you said you were thinking about it. Look, I think we should take the money while we can get it.
Well, is the money that important to you?
You'd get half of it.
Oh, who cares about the money? I mean, I just think that it's too soon to think about selling it.
Look, I don't want to get stuck holding the bag, okay? Living in that big house by myself. I think you should make some time tonight. Come over, we'll talk about selling it and possibly about divvying up the possessions.
Just hold everything. I'll be there.
I want to know what's going on here.
I'm sorry, Palmer. I'm not the one to help you.
Well, you were the one who called this morning and said that Natalie was going to take Timothy to the hospital. You must have known that she was going to send this letter of resignation.
I didn't know a thing about it till this morning. I didn't.
Well, would you consider my feelings about it? I really have to know why she's done this.
I don't understand the whole thing myself. And look, even if I did understand it, I'm not the one to talk for Natalie.
Well, at least you can tell me where she is so I can get in touch with her.
I don't know where she is.
You must know where she is. You're taking care of a child.
All right. I'll tell you what I do know. I know that she went to Center City for the day.
Hello, Mrs. Hunter. Jean Grimaldi here. I've completed my business at last and will be there momentarily. I do trust you've tried the champagne. Mrs. Hunter, are you there? Mrs. Hunter?